10 months after the 2021 legislature left town, a dozen lawsuits are still alive, challenging parts of 16 different laws passed by the session's Republican majority. The subjects of the challenged laws range from abortion, to voting, to guns, to energy policy. So, let's take a closer look at the status, content, and politics of these lawsuits. The lawsuits have been filed by a wide range of parties, although many often are allied with the Democratic Party in some way, whose members voted against most of the laws that are being challenged as unconstitutional. The challenged laws include restrictions on abortion, restrictions on voting practices, restrictions on political activity on college campuses, removing restrictions on guns on college campuses, prohibitions on employers from requiring vaccines, and making it harder for out-of-state owners of the Colstrip power plant to abandon it. Republican Attorney General Austin Knudsen's office has been busy defending these laws in court. Knudsen spokesman Kyler Narrison says most of the lawsuits are attempts by Democrats to undo their political losses.
I think Montana has roundly rejected the Democrat agenda in November, didn't have votes in the legislature to stop a lot of these bills, and so they're running to the courts to try to stop them there.
One of the attorneys involved in several of the suits is Rafe Graybill, the Democrat who lost the 2020 Attorney General's race to Knudsen. Graybill told MTN News that the state constitution protects the minority against the tyranny of the majority, and that in 2021, the newly empowered Republican majority in the legislature and the governor's office simply went beyond what the Constitution allows.
I mean, the Constitution really protects us from the government, and these overreaches that are being challenged in court are government overreaches. I see these lawsuits in part as a line-drawing exercise to say there are boundaries imposed on the legislature by the Constitution, by the people.
He also says while voters in 2020 chose Republicans to be in power, they didn't expect what he calls an extraordinarily conservative right-wing religious movement running the state and trampling on constitutional rights.
I don't think that's what people voted for in 2020, and I think that anyone that continues to believe that's in for a real awakening in 2022 and thereafter.
Narrison, however, doesn't sound worried about the verdict of the voters.
In terms of people voting on specific bills or not, they'll have another opportunity to make their voice heard in November.
Meanwhile, Montana's courts are churning away on these cases. The only one completed by the state Supreme Court upheld the Republican-passed law allowing GOP Governor Greg Gianforte more power to appoint state judges. But the state has lost several key lower court decisions on the laws restricting abortion, restricting campus political activity, and allowing guns on campus. I think we can say the lawyers from both sides will be plenty busy in the months to come. And we might even get some resolution on these cases before Montana voters go to the polls again in November to choose the next legislature. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.